Hey everybody, Bob Smith from Smith Taekwondo and Pro Sport Kickboxing and private military contractor in anti-terrorism and force protection. People are talking about the Las Vegas shooting, and as you see on social media, people are going crazy with, I would have done this, I would have done that. Had the same thing recently. We had a home invasion in Hawaii, and a bunch of people on social media were telling the victim, "Rah, I would have done this, I would have done that." Well, first of all, shut your pie hole, because you don't know what you would have done until you would have been there. But secondly, if you are in an active shooter situation, and I've gotten a couple of emails, people asking me what I would do, and I had a bunch of parents who were asking me about for their kids when their kids are in school. Parents, you need to have a game plan, regardless of whether or not the teachers are going to tell the kids to all line up in the room, lock the doors, and huddle together. Worst thing you can do, because when they're all huddled together, Sunday night, the Las Vegas shooting is an example of what happens when people huddle together. You can fire blindly and cause mass carnage. So, even though this is what the educational system says, parents need to tell your kids, in the event of a real situation, get out. Get as far as you can, get away. They can find you later. You already need to have a pre-planned response, a rally point for your kids. If your school is next to the fire department, that's where your kids should run. If your school is close to the police station or a supermarket, that's where your kids should run. And they should know that the first thing they need to do is call the police, call 911, and then contact you. Telling the kids to just hide in the back of the room together and huddle together, and you know that's what kids are going to do, because they're scared and they get comfort from one another. So even if the teacher told them to separate, they're going to migrate together, and all that makes is one big target for the shooter. So parents, number one, tell your kids if they sense that it's not a drill, that it's a real active shooter situation, get out, run as far as they can. And they need to understand that, yeah, the teacher's going to be mad because they left, if they survive, if the teacher survives because they're hiding in the classroom. The teacher's going to be mad, the principal might be mad because your children broke protocol, but your children are still alive. Secondly, teachers tell the kids to get under their desks. It's not an earthquake, it's not a hurricane, there's no reason to get under your desk. What you need to do is barricade the door and create as many obstructions as possible. So teachers, even in the event of a drill, you need to train the kids to start flipping the desks over on their sides with the desktops facing the doorways, and then all the kids get behind the desks. You can push those desks up against the doors tightly, and a bullet will go through a desk. It won't go through two or three, especially that heavy fabricated wood, layered wood and metal. I don't care, any normal small caliber handgun, which is usually what's used in a situation like this, it's not going to go through more than a couple. Barricading the doors. The kids need to be involved and not just hide, so the teacher turns the lights out and tells them to be quiet. More hands means you can get more things done at once. Get the kids involved in moving those desks up against the doors, any cabinets, furniture, anything else. Make it as difficult as possible for someone to come through if they need to. First responders aren't going to mind this, they're going to understand it. Get the kids out. If you have children that go to a school where the teachers tell them to either line up in the back of the classroom, think about that. It's a matter of convenience for the teacher, because the teacher doesn't want to be bothered. And they don't want the children taking off because it's a liability for them, for the school. The school doesn't want to get sued. Why do you think teachers don't let boys settle their arguments anymore like they used to? Take them to the wrestling room and give them a set of boxing gloves and say, "Here, work it out." They don't do it anymore because of liability. They're afraid of being sued. So when your teachers are telling your kids get under the desks, you need to question those teachers as responsible parents. Ask them, what in the heck do you think you're doing? This isn't an earthquake, it's not a tornado. The guy can sit there and see my kid now huddling under the desk and easily shoot him. Get a game plan, get your kids out of there. In an event like last Sunday in Las Vegas, the person was shooting at such a high angle that simply getting down wouldn't matter. Of course, when you hear gunshots, the first thing you want to do is lower your silhouette, get to the ground, and hide. But immediately, you need to start assessing those exits. Find a way out and get a way out. If it's an outdoor environment like that was, it had 3-foot fences around it. Jump those fences and get out of there. Do not stay in the main flow of traffic. You'll get trampled. If you have to go with the main flow of traffic, if there's only one exit and you're going to fight for that exit, stay near the sides. Now here's where some jackass is going to say, "Yeah, well, Bob, you know, I'm an expert. I was in the military and bullets ricochet off the walls. They travel along the walls." Yes, I know that. But there's also 22,000 people that were at that event. So there will be several thousand in front of you and in back of you. I'm pretty sure that's not going to hit you. Get yourself out of there as quickly as possible. Don't stay down. If you just stay stagnant in one position, it's like shooting fish in a barrel. If you see a better position of cover or concealment, whether it's equipment, whether it's furniture, whether it's vehicles, move to it. Once you get to that one, locate an even better position of cover or concealment, and move to that one. If you have to leapfrog your way from one position to the next to get out, do what you need to do. But in a situation where there's an outdoor shooter from a position of elevation, you don't want to simply lay down and wait to die. Get out. Hey everybody, this is Bob Smith. Blood makes you related and loyalty makes you family. Keep sending me those emails if you have any questions about what to do or my advice on something. Hey, I may not always be right, but I'll always have an answer. You guys have a great day and be safe, and pray for those families and victims. Out.